Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit piecewise worksheet here. Let's look at the one that has 3 parts to it, just because I think that's a good one. So this one here, number 4. So there's 3 different lines going on here, and we just gotta graph them. So we're gonna graph this line anytime x is less than or equal to 0. So I always take this as a point. I know this is gonna be a line. It's linear. It's an mx plus b. So I take 0 as an x coordinate, and I substitute it in to see what goes with it. So 0 plus 4 is going to be 4. So I know 0, 4 is one of my coordinates, but I do need another one. Okay, so take any value less than 0. So what's a good number less than 0? -1, -2, -3. So let's just say I take -1, keep it easy. If I take -1 and I substitute it in here, -1 is 1, plus 4 is 5. All right, so now these 2 points are going to make up this line. So let's go ahead and plot it. And this 0 point is going to be solid. So at 0, 4, solid point. And then -1, 5, -1, 5. That's going to be a solid point because that's within the domain. So this line, this is the end point, and it goes off forever to -infinity. So there's our first line. Now go to the second one. This one has 2 points. These are the end points. So we might as well just use those. So when I put 0 into here, 0 times 2/3 is still 0. -1 is -1. Okay, for 5, when I plug 5 into here, it's a fraction. It's not the end of the world. We just multiply them. So if you can do 5 times 2/3 in your head, you can, because 5 times 2 is 10. 10 divided by 3 is 3.3 repeating. If you know that, great. You take away the 1, and you get 2.3 repeating. If you don't know that, grab a calculator and do 2/3 times 5 minus 1. Okay, or you can just do it all in one line if that's easier for you. 2/3 times 5 minus the 1. Same thing, however you look at it. Okay? Okay, so either way, I get my coordinate. Now I can plot those. My 0 should be open. So 0, -1, open circle. My 5 should be closed. So 5 and 2.3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 2.3. It's going to be about here. Okay, connect them. Looking good. All right, and then our last one, I always call these the easiest ones. Whenever there's just the 2, it's a horizontal. So I know that I'm going to have 5, 2. And then any number bigger than 5 is also going to be at 2. So a number like 6, or 7, or 8, or 9, or 10, all of them are going to be at 2. So open circle at 5, 2. 5, 2, open circle. And, 6, 2, or 7, 2, or whatever other point you plotted would then go off in that direction. So now we're looking good. And that's the same process for any of these. I think because these are all linear, using these point methods are a really, really good way to figure it out. We can talk about one of these ones too. Let's say like Niner. Niner's probably a fairly tough one. So this is there's 3 pieces to this. 1, 2, 3. So when we go to write our piecewise function, there are going to be 3 pieces. So first piece, this line, it's linear. Its slope is 1, right? Up 1, right 1. So it's going to be 1x plus its y-intercept. Well, keep going. It would cross right here. That's a y-intercept of 2. 1, 2. All right, and then list its domain. So the domain of this graph would be from -1 and everything below that. So I would call that x is less than -1. Now, these are intended to be filled in. I know they kind of printed a little weird, but so it should be in or equal to. Because if you notice, these 2 are both open. So now if we go to that line, also has a slope of 1, so 1x or just x. And its y-intercept is obvious, it's 3, so plus 3. And it goes from -1 to 1. So -1 to 1. Both not equal to because they're open circles. And then our last one here, once again, a slope of 1. Same slopes on all these lines. If you follow this one back, it's going to cross the y-axis at 1, so plus 1. And it exists for the domain of 1 and everything above it. So I'd call that x greater than or equal to 1. And that's how I walk through it. I just notice how I just read it left to right. I find its equation. I write its domain. I find its equation. I write its domain. I find its equation. Write its domain. So hopefully that's helpful for you.